Another session on 16th notes. We just can't get enough of them. This time we'll look at when we have mixed up the 16th notes a bit with dotted notes, and when it's 16th notes in combination with 8th notes, but not necessarily like we've had before when the two 16th notes are put together. But still we'll have to remember how we started with 16th notes when we had 4 of them on one and the same beat, and we named them with the number obviously on the one that's on the beat, and then the E and Na. So we were doing, in this case it starts on 2, so it's 2 E and Na, because we'll have that in mind when we sort out the slightly more advanced ways of dealing with it. So we'll move on to looking at when we have some dotted 8th notes in combination with 16th notes. And again, the top rhythm here, I don't have enough space to write above it, so I'm going to write the beat numbers below it, but still please keep writing yours above the notes that the numbers are attached to. First thing out here is on the first beat obviously, and it's a quarter note, so it covers that first whole, the whole of the first beat. Next thing then starts on the 2, and this is a dotted 8th note, so it means that it's as long as an 8th note and adding on, extending the length by half of itself, and half of an 8th note is a 16th note. So this would be, if we would count this note in 16th notes, that would be the equivalent of 3 16th notes. So this one makes the 4th 16th note of if we would cover this beat with all 16th notes. So it's actually like we have the first 3 out of 4 16th notes all put together as one note, and then followed by this one. And like we looked at, if we would have 4 of them, we would have the number and then E and Na. So this is the Na that we have. So I'm going to write that so we remember that. And obviously these cover the whole of the second beat. So this one would start on beat number 3. And that's a half note, so it covers the 4th beat as well. So if we go back to this one, they're all on the same beat, and that's why it's connected with the beams at the top to make it easier to read, as well as they are actually following each other in a way that makes them connect like this. This one, the first 3 of the 16th notes on one beat, and this the 4th one. So if I would think all the 4 but only perform the ones that we see, you might say that you play on the 2 and then Na. So I'm going to tap on the notes now. So you would go 2 E and Na 3, 2 E and Na 3. So it's just the Na that's left out of the 4. So if I go slowly with the whole rhythm and tap on the notes that we're actually supposed to play, but I will say all 4 16th notes out loud on this one, just so you know when this should be performed. So then it would read 1, 2 E and A 3 4, 1, 2 E and A 3 4, and a bit faster, 1, 2 E and A 3 4, 1, 2 3 4. Let's listen to it with the drum playing it as well, so you have a click that's counting the beats, so you will know what this rhythm sounds like. Here it is. So if we have in mind how we were counting with the E and Na, then we left out the E and just kept the last 16th notes. The same thing is going on in this rhythm, so we would treat it exactly the same way. This one we already looked at how to perform, so the other new thing we have here is this, and this could be slightly trickier as well. If we look at them, we can just guess that these 3 should be on one beat. because they're all connected at the top with the beams, and that is actually correct. So let's sort out what we have. The first thing we don't even have to think about, always on beat number 1, so we'll put that out. And here we can see that it's 2 lines, 2 beams at the top connected to this note. The next one, there's only 1 beam at the top, and the last one has 2 of these connected to the top of the stem of the note. So then we can identify this is a 16th note, this is an 8th note, and this is another 16th note. So it's the same as we've had before, but now we mix them up a bit. So 2 16th notes and 1 8th note. So they would together cover 1 beat, which makes this one start on beat number 2. Just to have something to compare with, we'll even do the 3rd beat here. So this is a quarter note, meaning that this starts on the 3rd beat, right on the beat. And here we are, pretty simple. Now when we've been dealing with 16th notes a bit, this would read 3, E, and Na. And we can do the last one as well. That's on the 4th beat. So that's the 16th note, sorry, the 8th note. Again, sorry, a quarter note on the 4th beat, so it covers the whole beat. Right, so if we compare this 3rd beat with the 1st, here are all the 16th notes lined out. Here we have 3 notes, and one of them is an 8th note, and that's the one in the middle. So the first one is the 16th note, so that would be the one on the number. So that means that the next thing would end up on the E, and that's an 8th note. So that would be like combining these 2 16th notes into an 8th note. So the and we don't play because that's included in this note. But the last 16th note, the Na, is on here. So we put out the Na. And this may be a bit tricky to perform at first, but hopefully you get into it. So this would read 1 E Na 2, 3 E and Na 4. But try to look at it as the same as this combination of note values. It's just that we skip this one. So if I hold over that one and you read on top of it, it looks the same. And that's also how you would perform it. So it would read 1 E Na 2, 3 E and Na 4. And let's listen to it, what it sounds like with the drum playing it with the click, so you hear the beat as well together with this. And keep in mind the second bar is slightly different. It includes the same combination of notes here on the first beat, but just focus on the first one now, and then you can sort out this one yourself. If you can do this one, there's no problem doing the second bar. So here it is. There's a 4 beat count in, and then the rhythm starts. There it is. So a bit trickier when you mix it up a bit, but with some practice, and again practice, I'm sure you'll get to it. Good luck.